What's up, everybody? Matthew Pillmore here, president of VIP Financial Education, and this is our very first live YouTube stream. I'm incredibly excited, a little bit nervous, not really sure what to expect, certainly not perfection, but we're going to give it our best shot. Today is a very important day. Number one, it is my birthday. That is why I had to come on live here, guys. Very important that we have a quick conversation because something very special has happened today, and it has everything to do with this: go banking on yourself. So when I say go bank yourself, what I'm here to try and teach on this channel is a unique collection of banking techniques which can substantially advance. Hey, thank you, Bill. Hey, listen, guys, I'm going to see these comments again, first time live streaming, so I'm not really sure what to expect. I'm going to try not to interrupt the flow of the stream. So if I don't respond to your comment right away, I'm not ignoring you. I'll try and circle back and maybe have some time for Q&A. I've got a very full day today. I actually carved out many hours of my time today to spend with you guys. So my schedule is jam-packed with free coaching sessions, which we've promised. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. Very excited to have you here. We just flew past 43,500 subscribers on this channel. Still can't believe it. And I happen to be having one of the best birthdays I've ever had because my bank bought me Bitcoin. Now, I'm sure you've seen the title of the thumbnail, and that is not clickbait, my friends. We talk a lot about these various capital accounts here on the VIP Financial Ed website or YouTube channel that we call debt weapons. And I have used, at this point, a total of $15,000 over the past week to fund my very first investment into crypto. And I wanted to come here today to kind of explain how that worked, tell you why I'm excited about the prospect of blockchain, and certainly don't want this to be confused as investment advice. That's not my specialty. I'm not an investment advisor. If you're relatively new to the channel, then you'll know that my specialties are narrowly focused on credit, capital, and then cash flow. So we're here to help people build perfect lender worthiness, or borrowing strength as I call it, so that you can then access this vast collection or variety of accounts that give you liquidity, give you power, give you buying strength. And we've been using these accounts now for a decade and a half to further ourselves in business, to further ourselves in real estate investing, to further ourselves within our personal finances. And the difference between using them or not using them is night and day. It's all going to be math-based, which means that you can easily verify everything that I teach through the channel. All of our videos here are evidence-based through arithmetic. So I would encourage you to dig in and check out some of the long-form videos. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. So a week ago, coming out of the holidays and seeing this craze regarding the Bitcoin phenomenon, I couldn't help but be intrigued, just like everybody else. So I extended my research to what I had done previously, and I really like what I hear, and I want to share why. The first thing that I love, which falls directly into our wheelhouse, is the idea that there is potentially something here through blockchain that truly can revolutionize the financial world. If we can decentralize from the central banks, it is my strong opinion that what the banks have been doing, what they're doing today, it will eventually fail. It has no choice but to fail. There is not another outcome possible if things continue the way they're going now. It will collapse under the weight of its own debt. Anytime money is being printed like it has been, it's unsustainable. So what really grabbed my attention about cryptocurrency and blockchain was the idea that we could have this peer-to-peer movement of money. And it truly appears to have the legs to be something quite spectacular. In fact, it's fairly widely accepted at this point that crypto in general isn't going away, that it is certainly going to face its fair share of adversity through government and banks, but the idea of peer-to-peer transaction is here to stay, just like the internet was here to stay when it was first created, smartphones, etc. The question becomes which Bitcoin of all the options that are going to be sold through blockchain, which of those are going to be the ones that really, really pop. And it appears that Bitcoin is obviously leading that now. So I want to kind of tell you about the results. So 7,500 went in. I hear all this exciting news. I do some research about getting involved. I'm not an expert about Bitcoin. I'm not an expert on crypto investing, but I want to be involved. So I do like anybody else, and I research how to do that. I download Coinbase. They had the most downloads they've ever had in a one-day period over the holidays, several 100,000 new accounts. And the maximum they'll allow me to invest was originally that $7,500 amount. So we took 15,000 from one of these liquid debt weapon accounts that you'll see me teaching about in other videos. And we deposited it into the checking account. We tie the checking account to Coinbase, and then we make a $7,500 one-time funding. A week goes by and this thing is screaming up. I mean, if you guys aren't aware of what's happening, just before coming live here, I saw through the Coinbase alerts that we're like 17,200. Guys, 2 nights ago, less than 48 hours, we were having conversations as to whether or not it was going to pop 12. I mean, it's a $5,000 increase in less than 48 hours. Luckily, the first funding wave that we were able to put in a week ago was at $9,500. So there's a huge increase, of course, in our return on that, which I would not be able to get anywhere else. So that is obviously what I am also very excited about, is the upside potential of Coinbase and some of these cryptos, currently Bitcoin being the one that everybody kind of has their eyes on. There are people that are saying this idea has the wheels to go as high as between $2 to $5 million per Bitcoin. I'm ready to throw between $20,000 and $40,000 at that potential. That will not be my money. Now, yes, I am drawing against a bank lending instrument, which means I'm taking a loan. I'm leveraging into Bitcoin. This is not going to be for everybody. But the third thing I love, beyond blockchain's potential, beyond the upside of specific crypto investments, is the fact that the bank is the one that's buying it for me. I find it to be poetic justice. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's freaking hilarious. And if I'm forced to pay 6.99% on this business debt weapon that I've borrowed, which doesn't even report to my personal credit report, in order to buy something that has the potential of going up to 1 to even 5 million per coin, it's worth the potential of it going to zero. That's my opinion. If it does go to zero and we're left with $20,000 to $40,000 worth of leverage debt, then we're okay with that. It's not going to change anything about our tomorrow or our 5 years or our 10 years. So that is one thing I will caution each of you as you consider opportunities, is really what is the long and short-term impact of something going sideways or not going as expected. So obviously we've taken that into consideration. The purpose of this video is not to encourage you guys to go into Bitcoin investing or crypto investing. The purpose of this video is to say that, listen guys, we're going to war with the banks. And we're doing it right now in many different ways, but we're not here to sit back and tolerate a system that's built for us to fail. It doesn't work for us. And if it doesn't work for you, you have to start understanding the power of the fundamentals. The fundamentals being that of building your credit so that you have the strength to take advantage of opportunities when they present themselves. I was having a conversation earlier with a gentleman that was talking about being able to jump at opportunities quickly. And that's exactly what these debt weapon accounts allow us to do. They give us the liquidity to move like that. And you know what? If I hadn't moved like that, I was literally considering going through the second funding yesterday, and it had jumped to over $13,000. And I'm scratching my head and saying, can I really justify throwing more money at something that seems to be this enlarging bubble? And I barely thought twice about it. I mean, I really did just kind of jump in. And the beautiful thing about it is I scrambled to get in just as it started to fly past 14. I threw another 75, my weekly maximum, at it again last night. I woke up this morning on my birthday to find that it had flown past $16,000, $2,000 since I bought it at 14.1 last night. And now here we are at 17, $3,000 increase. Man, it's crazy. So what people have said wouldn't be possible has already been proven wrong, which is why I'm so fascinated to see what the real potential of this is. And I would just be kicking myself if I wasn't taking advantage of it. But you know, the last thing I want to touch on here before we kind of wrap things up is what is my ROI on this, guys? Right? If I buy something at $9,600 and it jumps to 17.1, and you know, there's, just call it $7,000 worth of price increase because it's fluctuating by thousands seemingly every few minutes. You know, call it a 70, 75, 80% return on investment if that had been my money. Because I'm leveraging the power of other people's money, concepts that have been taught for decades by people like Robert Kiyosaki, that power of leverage has now given me the opportunity to realize this is an infinite ROI, an infinite ROI. This isn't my money, guys. This is the bank. The bank has purchased me Bitcoin. And the cool thing is when you buy Bitcoin, there is a pending delay between when you place the investment and when you actually have access to it. So I woke up today with a notice from Coinbase saying, it's yours. So that was a really, really cool birthday gift. We're going to war with the banks, guys. We don't believe in the system. We're doing everything we can to be proactive. And, you know, it's just a matter of taking action. So guys, real quick, if you have not yet had your one-on-one free coaching session, that's something that we provide to our whole audience. I know most of you guys are going to see this on the replay. We're going to be emailing this out. We've got a huge database that we'll be very excited to kind of see what's going on here. And it's just all about being prepared. This economy is going to surprise us over and over and over again. There's just too much volatility, too many political uncertainties, too much happening right now that you have to be positioned. You got to be positioned to take advantage of it. Write this website down. If you haven't had your free coaching session yet, you'll go to freecoachingcalendar.com to reserve that. I'm going to apologize in advance, guys. There's like a 3 or 4 month wait now. I think we're scheduling out into March. We're a small company and we keep it small on purpose. We haven't hired a coach since 2009. We love it this way. We like being really selective about who we can really help the most and who maybe isn't a good fit right now. So it's scarce, you know, and that's part of what makes Bitcoin so valuable is its scarcity. And so in that sense, we're very similar to the Bitcoin market, is that we provide a lot of value and we there's a limited supply. Now, real quickly, what does that mean? What is the value Bitcoin provides? I think that's a question a lot of people have. What is the value? This is the way I understand it. Bitcoin allows for that peer-to-peer interaction of exchange. And this is, again, blockchain more than Bitcoin itself. So blockchain allows for peer-to-peer exchanges to happen, you know, within a close proximity between two people sitting next to each other, as well as around the world. I can exchange something with somebody within minutes on the other side of the planet. So that's the value of blockchain. That has never happened before. The banks close every evening. The banks close every weekend. So we have always had limitations with how we can exchange, especially money in the past. We have always had restrictions as to what we can exchange and when. The bank could literally say no if I went downstairs to try and buy a sandwich. There is a permission-based system in place right now. Blockchain is permissionless. That is tremendous value. That's not going away. This is here to stay, guys. So do your homework and make sure you're positioned. And the way you get positioned is focusing on credit and capital and cash flow, which is what we teach here. So get your free coaching session. Guys, unfortunately, I'm going to have to dip into my next appointment, so I'm not going to be able to stick around for a lot of Q&A. I'm going to try and get into the comments when I get a chance. I really appreciate everybody attending my very first live stream on my birthday. And let me remind you, go bank yourself. Bye, guys. We'll see you on the next video. Until then, make it a great day today and take care. Now I just got to figure out how to turn this thing off. Okay, I think this is it. Bye, guys.